One, I didn't get a chance to do this at the Barclays Center, but I want to first begin by congratulating our field hockey team for being in the national championship and for the entire season. People might focus on the last game, but when you just look at the entirety and the totality of their season, the program for the last 6 years from Lynn and now what Hannah is doing, like it's inspiring. Our guys pay attention to it, they watch it, they ask about it when we're in shoot around, and it's just an elevator. And I just think they deserve to be congratulated, and I think we're going to have them here to bang the drum on our next home game. The spirit of Thanksgiving, I'm just grateful to be the head coach at St. Joe's. I'm grateful for the guys in that locker room. I'm grateful for the way that we played tonight. And, we did a lot of good things, and Coppin brought it. They were hungry. They were desperate, as I knew they would be. And we needed to have a mature approach to own every possession. And for the most part, I thought we did that.
Question? How do you think you guys responded after your last performance up at the Barclays Center tonight? Especially to start.
I guess good. I try not to. One of the things that I try to be intentional about is disconnecting one game from the next, but I challenge them to have that competitive level. And, our offense was not great in the first few minutes of the game, but our defense was. And so that's important to see. And our guys like to compete and they like to play. So I thought pretty good.
What did you like about this year?
He's just a guy that's going to keep getting better. He has unreasonable confidence, as one of his mentors told me, and I think that's appropriately said. I want to make sure if you put that in there, I'm saying that one of his mentors told me that, not me. But I'd rather him have that than unreasonable doubt, right? Because you can coach a guy like that because he's not going to get down. I'm very hard on him, and he continues to want to be coached. But I like his decision-making. Obviously, when he makes threes, that's a big deal for us. I thought his defensive endurance was better, and again, he's just a freshman.
What did you like about what you guys did tonight specifically?
Aaron, I thought our defense just continues to improve. Really, we've been a good defensive team all season. We have to keep that going. I think we're getting better at late shot clock endurance to just stay in the possession. We had 8 steals and 12 blocks, so that we count that those are 20 stocks for us. But the possessions that were the most impressive to me were the ones that we didn't get that, and that we stayed in and got a legitimate stop. So that I thought the ball sharing, to have 19 assists on 31 field goals and to play that way really all game, I thought was really impressive. But I go to this if you make threes, and we didn't make a ton of them, but we made 11 of them. I shouldn't say a ton. We didn't shoot an amazing percentage, but we made 11. You're going to have high assist numbers if you're making threes. So it was more, even if the shots didn't go in, I'm like, these guys were looking to pass the ball to each other. And I see head nodding, and that means that you agree with me, which makes me feel smart.
Where was Steven?
He's out. He'll be back.
Injury? Or?
What did we release?
You didn't tell.
Whatever we said is what it is. So that's it's nothing criminal. It's nothing disciplinary. He'll be back. I'm just not at liberty to discuss it, respectfully.
Have you ever seen the start of the game with a technical foul?
Yeah, happened here a few years ago because we didn't have something that needed to be done on a shot clock. We played GW here, and GW was up 1-0 before the jump ball was up. We had a shot clock malfunction or something that we did not have. That I think was either an A10 rule or a rule, and we were down 1-0. So believe it or not, it's happened twice in Hagan Arena.
What was this one?
I believe that administratively there's a time, AB, where you have to have your starting 5 in the book. And I think whether it's 10 minutes or 8 minutes, I'm not sure, but the refs go and check it. It's 10. So they go and check it. And that's what it was. So I was alerted to it before, and then they alerted them, and they said, "Do you want to do it?" I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." They would do it, right? So anyway, yeah.
Billy, I know you don't like looking far ahead, so just looking in the immediate future, you got Princeton, you got the 5 Classic, maybe even just Princeton.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you are right now? 5-2. You had a really good showing in Brooklyn.
The future for me is Turkey, Malbec, and this chocolate pecan pie that my wife finds every year at Whole Foods, and I just put ice cream on it and whipped cream. That's the future for me. I'm just being honest. And then I'll take some time after that to digest what we've done, because we actually get a little bit of a reprieve here in terms of game preparation. Not much different than we had between Penn and Barclays. And I'll look at where can we make the most ground between Friday and Tuesday, because once Tuesday hits, to your point, like, we're going to have to roll for 7 days and get a little better on film and light practices, but we have time. I think that different guys, I don't think we're shooting the ball well yet. I don't think that guys that are expecting to be playing well are playing as best as they can play yet, but I like the ball sharing in the defense. So that I like. I like the competitiveness. I like the response from this game. I like the response from Central Connecticut. I like the way we played on Friday in the Palestra against Penn. I like the way we played against Texas Tech at the end. I mean, there's a lot of things that I like, but I'm well aware that we have a lot of areas we got to get better. This stretch coming up is brutal. It's really hard.
What are your thoughts on Temple LaSalle on Saturday, and just as a Big Five person, it's kind of a exciting game.
I don't know what time the game is. I know what time is it? 4. So we practice, I think, 2:30. So hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit of it. I think it's just awesome that there's a game that will determine who's in the championship. I think that's really cool, right? And it's not too dissimilar to when we played, I believe, Villanova last year, and Temple played LaSalle on the same day. So I'm hoping socially that the media will hype that, because it really is a big deal. It's the only way St. Joe's will play LaSalle in the Big Five tournament is if we're both in the championship. That's in the contracts and the stipulations because of the Atlantic 10. And so, it's LaSalle, it's Dumpf. He's been at Temple, he's been at Penn. Who knows? He might be here one day. I mean, who knows? But I think that it's just great. I mean, I'm so excited about the way this tournament is playing out. I hope that everybody feels the exact same way, and I think it can continue to improve.
If you had your preference, would you rather have LaSalle or Temple?
I'd hate playing both teams. I don't like the game, so it doesn't matter. I'd rather go practice in the Wells Fargo Center in front of 18,000 people. So either way, it's a Big Five. First off, it's just a blessing to be in it. It's the Big Five. It's the Wells Fargo Center. We're in the championship game. Both opponents are going to be tough games. We know that. And I have no preference. I will not root for anybody. But I worked at LaSalle, so I probably just made a few people upset, but that's okay.